This was supposed to be like the ultimate IMAX experience, or so I thought. We're going in! Interstellar! Y'all, we drove all the way here.
Got refunded.
Got refunded! It's fucking canceled!
How did it break? How did the IMAX break?
The IMAX broke.
The IMAX is broken.
Somebody should have told me this when it was pouring rain on the highway. I was trying to get here.
They knew we were coming, so
they knew. Why do I always get crapped on like this? This happened with Oppenheimer so many times. Fuck you, Cinemark.
Nilu, how do you feel?
I'm going off on Reddit.
This experience has been ruined. How do you feel?
This year, 2024, marks the 10-year anniversary of Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. So it came out in 2014, and it was really hyped, this big re-release, and I was awaiting this for a very long time. The moment the tickets dropped, like probably an hour later, I snapped up some tickets ASAP from Houston to Dallas. I drove about 4 to 5 hours, pouring rain the whole time. I finally get there around 6 or 7. Yeah, so we have dinner, we get ready, we're super excited to go. We roll up to the theater, we get our concessions. I vlogged it, I was super excited. We're going in!
Interstellar!
We walk up, concessions in hand, to the booth where they scan your tickets to let you in. And the guy says, oh, we're having problems with blah, 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 blah. It wasn't really audible, like he just kind of mumbled, and it was busy, so we were confused. And he said, okay, go to the front and get your new tickets. So we were like, okay, let's go to the front and get our new tickets, which makes no sense, right? We get to the front, we have to go outside, talk to the box office lady. We don't know what's going on, but he told us to come out here and get new tickets. And she goes, oh yeah, the 70mm projector broke. That was my internal reaction. So we drove 4 to 5 hours. We've been excited for months to see this, and the 70mm projector broke in the screening before mine. So I think it was like 7:30 or something. And apparently it just like crapped out during the docking scene. The projectionist that actually works at that theater said that some part of the projector just like crapped out. Obviously it's not his fault, but still it's frustrating. And it's frustrating for me, yeah, but it's even more frustrating for people flew in. So whatever part of the projector broke needed to be replaced, and they were gonna fly that in from California, supposedly overnight. And the moment that we found out it was canceled, I, like in the theater, was scrambling to see if there were any other tickets for later on, so that, you know, hoping that maybe it would be fixed by then. And I saw an 11:45 the day after, and I kind of knew, it's like, I mean, it's 10:30 right now. How are they going to get a part in, you know, within 12 hours? But I booked it anyway, thinking, you know, it's a risk, but let's just take it. I woke up the next day, and obviously it was canceled too. So that was disappointing. That was my backup plan. And the original screening that was canceled, the 10:30, they decided to play it in digital, but we were so pissed we just left. I was like, I don't want to see this shit in digital. I could see it in digital anywhere. IMAX and whatever theaters are participating in this, because there's only about, what, 17 or so IMAX theaters that can actually play, in the United States, can play 70mm. So, I mean, this should have been worked out ahead of time. We already had a lot of problems with Oppenheimer back in the day, aka last year. I drove to River Center AMC, which is in San Antonio, to see that one. And that was also having a lot of problems. And so if you know that there's going to be a huge re-release, you've hyped this up for so long, maybe work and try to figure this out ahead of time, you know? So I couldn't stay for the rest of the weekend in Dallas. And to make up for my Interstellar sadness, I did have to see it in Houston. I was like, I have to see it. I'm not going to not see it. The theater that was playing Oppenheimer, 35mm film, was actually this year showing Interstellar in their renovated IMAX. So they renovated their IMAX last year. Okay, guys. All right, part 2. We're trying to make it happen. This time it's AMC, because we don't focus Cinemark no more. We're doing IMAX with laser at Gulf Point, because they just renovated their IMAX last year. And her and I actually came here and we saw Oppenheimer in 35mm film. Yeah, it was fabulous. So TBD. I was very surprised to see how amazing the image quality was, the audio was incredible, and the aspect ratio was full. When it went full screen, it just was mind-blowing. I really enjoyed my experience. And we were all like sobbing at the end. Everyone clapped. It was such an emotional experience. I still get goosebumps thinking about that movie. It's a little too heavy for me to watch too many times. I think I've been doing like once a year because it just hits me like in a way that I just can't explain, which I'm sure a lot of other people feel as well. But I was really impressed. If you live in Houston, I highly recommend the AMC 30 Gulf Point IMAX. I actually convinced multiple people to drive down there and watch it, and they all really loved it. They were all really impressed. So even people who would think driving 30 minutes to see a movie is insane, they did it, they loved it. Also, I feel like I should be getting kickbacks for this because I'm pretty sure I convinced about 10 people to go see it. People who didn't know it was happening at all, but they all loved it. I didn't hear of one person who was disappointed or who wasn't absolutely moved and didn't absolutely love it. So this was my experience seeing or not seeing Interstellar in IMAX 70mm film. I'm disappointed that I missed it, but I'm really glad that my cousins that live in Dallas were able to go. Anyway, so I'll see this movie again next year. I cannot handle it more than once a year. I love it so much, but it just is so heavy for me. And I never considered myself a Christopher Nolan fangirl. I just thought, oh, I really love his love for film and movies and staying true to the core of what, you know, film is. But now I'm starting to think I'm also a Christopher Nolan fangirl. So I hope you were able to catch it. If you were or if you weren't, let me know your experience in the comments because I would love to commiserate with others who were possibly heartbroken as well. Because Reddit saved me, man. Reddit saved me. Just like being able to commiserate with people who were also disappointed, it made me feel like I wasn't alone, you know?
How are we doing?
This was a religious experience.